I am Anita-Pearl Mwinnabang uncle. I am the first one of three and the only girl. I come from Nandom in the Upper West region. I had my basic education in University of Ghana Primary and JHS. Then I proceeded to Infantiman Girls Secondary School where I studied agricultural science. After that, I got admitted to University of Ghana where I studied agricultural science post-harvest technology major, but now I am a painter.
So how did you get into painting?
I had my service in Ministry of Food and Agri Kakemoda. That was when I painted my apartment and my boss realized it was nice and he asked me to paint his nephew's apartment too. So that is basically how my career as a painter started. But then I used to sketch when I was in uni. I've always loved to draw. But then my painting career started in 2015 during my service.
Yeah. Now, as a young girl in the basic school, primary school, when you did that drawing and sketching, you mentioned uni, but in basic school you do HS.
Yes. My time in secondary school, designing writing pads was a thing. So I used to be the class artist. I would design their writing pads for them to write their letters to their friends and boyfriends. Yeah, so I've always loved to sketch, and I was that kid who would do the diagrams on the board too. So yeah.
Growing up, what did you want to become? Did you want to be a doctor, an agricultural scientist? What was it for you?
Okay, so I've been really confused my whole life. Growing up, at a point I wanted to be a mechanical engineer. Then I wanted to join the military. Then at a point I wanted to be a doctor. I think I was just confused. Then finally in uni I said to myself that I would love to be like a doctor, like a lecturer. But that didn't happen. So here I am, a painter.
And what did your family want you to be? Your dad, your mom? What was your expectation?
Okay, so unfortunately I lost my dad as soon as I finished secondary school. But then the thing is, I wanted to study business administration in Legon, but I didn't get it. So then I just continued with agric. I actually really love agric. I intend to own a farm in like the next couple of years. Yeah, it's not something I'm throwing away. I'll still like get into that field.
So after painting your apartment during national service, and you got the contract to paint your supervisors, the nephews. After that, then what next? How did you start going? How did you go on a commercial basis?
Okay, so I missed something. After painting my apartment, my colleague saw it and liked it, and he was like, "Oh, let's do something in his too." So then, when I did that, that was when my boss saw it and paid me. So my first paid job was my boss's nephew's room in Agonas Radio. Yeah, so that was my first, and it just started blowing up after I posted it on social media. So that has been my life since then.
So how do you charge? For instance, if you have to paint a single room,
my rates are dependent on the size of the space and how complex what I am doing is. So there's no like definite fixed price. And what I do is like customize spaces. So I can't put a fixed price on it until I know exactly what I am dealing with.
But what's
So
the
yeah,
least you've ever charged?
that would be a very tough question to answer. The least I've charged, that would be maybe my first job. The least I've charged for a mural, or because I do other things aside this,
So for something like
for
this.
something like this. So that would probably be my first job. I think I charged about, at that time, I think that was 550 CDs.
Which year was it?
That was 2015. Yeah, so that was, I so I painted the room and then I designed just one side. It was just some regular masking tape design. That time I wasn't really into painting like this. I started with like masking tape designs. Yeah.
And the highest you charged?
That is also going to be a very difficult question to answer because I've had like big projects. It's not like one thing.
So
but
your
like
biggest project, how much? The biggest you ever done?
I don't want to mention the because people will be calculating my pockets. People will be calculating my pockets. But it was okay. It was like good money.
It was good.
Yes.
So, would you say painting pays off in Ghana?
I can't hear you.
Would you say painting pays off in Ghana? Because there's a notion that it's more like a dirty job, sorry to say, and it's not really attractive to some
Yeah.
people. Is it
I feel
lucrative?
yeah. There's one thing I always say, no matter what you're selling or what you're doing, even if it's charcoal that you're selling, you should be able to brand yourself and then get yourself into the market. Yeah, that is what will fetch you the money. So it's not about painting being lucrative, but it's about how I have treated my job. Yes, I don't know if you get what I mean.
So
Because
more branding.
exactly, you have to make sure that you're on point with certain things. Because there are a lot of female painters around, but you don't really hear of them. Yes, so that's
So
just
you're a lady, and this industry is, you see a lot of men in there. Are there times when the men try to push you aside or bully you because you're a lady and try to take your chance?
this happened when I started my career. Now I don't get that. Now the men I actually work with. I don't know if you've heard of Tete Botan Kali. He's like a very amazing person, and like I've learned a lot from him, and I totally love working with him. But when I started my job like 4 years ago, I used to get that. I used to take contracts to paint homes and like schools and stuff, not murals, like regular painting. And I used to employ guys. And they tried to bully me at work. Yeah, but then I don't know if you can tell. I don't take stuff like that.
So what are some of the things they used to do practically? Why would suggest that they are bullying?
So it got to a point I feel like they started getting greedy because I was getting the jobs. So they actually wanted to share like the money equally with me. But they were my workers. Yeah, so that was like a thing. And they try to, when I instruct them to do something, and they will be doing something else. And when I talk, they don't really change what they are doing. I don't know if you get it. They kind of felt superior. Yeah, but I'm not that kind of person who would take things like that. So I have actually changed my workers along the years, and right now the people I work with, if I get regular painting, they're like perfect.
How
Yeah,
many people have you? Let me say employed.
along the years or those I'm working with now.
Those you're working with now.
Okay, so at the moment I have, for the murals, I do them myself. I prefer to do the murals myself. But if it's regular painting, yeah, I have 3 guys I go to work with. And then the girls, I have about 4 girls. But I had to lay them off this year because this year, COVID, a lot of things. And I want to like structure it properly. I actually want to work with girls, just like a team of strong women. Yeah.
So it means you have more like a company. Can you tell us about the company, the name?
Okay, so my company name, I'm actually rebranding, but I started with Neatest Arts. Okay, but I've actually added a lot more things, and I just want to change the name and rebrand the whole thing. So right now it is Jagre Customs. Yeah, Jagre, because I customize shoes, I customize spaces, I customize outfits. I do almost everything. I paint portraits too. Yeah. So
So can
that's
you tell me
it.
some of the funny things you've heard about yourself? You heard and you were like, got you thinking maybe about the job you're doing, they're funny, they're annoying, insulting, all this.
So lately I don't get negative comments like when I started. Obviously when I started I wasn't like as good as I am now. And I had some friends who actually didn't believe in the dream. Someone once forwarded someone I started with penciling. Someone once forwarded someone's pencil work to me and told me that, oh, this is the kind of works I should be doing, not what I'm doing now. I should just let it go. But then I was really determined and I didn't. And then there was one time I was working at Santa Maria. It was a project for amend road safety. I was doing some road safety mural for a school. And whilst I was working, the a certain man approached me and asked me why I'm painting. And I said, it's my job. And he said, am I that hungry? I should just like stop painting and he tries to find me an office job. And I said, oh no, thank you. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do and this is what I've decided to do. He just looked at me, shook his head and like walked off. Yeah, so that is the second thing. And then a lady once told me, I'm going to speak Tree. Anita, Adena, or how? I don't worry, Anna. She gets it. But I am someone who loves the fine things in life. So then I would rather really work and get them myself than rely on someone to get them for me. So yeah, those are the three funny things I've heard
So the
in my
man who
career.
said, "Are you that hungry?" How did the comment get you? I mean, how did you react? How did you feel? How did you get it?
I wasn't hurt. I actually laughed because a lot of Ghanaians are very ignorant. I wasn't hurt. I just laughed because I feel like Ghanaians are very ignorant, and these are the same people who would not allow their children to follow their dreams. And excuse me to say, they end up being useless people later in life. Yeah. So I didn't find it. I wasn't hurt, but I wasn't bothered at all.
Let's
Yes.
get a bit personal. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, please, I am.
Oh, where is he?
Oh, he's around.
He's around.
Yeah.
Is he prominent? Do we know him?
No, he's very lucky. He's into construction actually, which is a very good thing for me because when he builds, then I get to paint the place and we get to fix like paintings and stuff in it. So yeah.
So what's the kind of man you are interested in? What's your kind of man? What do you look out for in a man? Description.
Okay.
What features?
So he must support what I do. He Before I met him, I was actually with someone who didn't like what I was doing. I was always complaining. And I picked up my shoes and I ran very fast. So you must support what I do. That's like the main thing, and there must be respect. I'm not even going to talk about love because like if there's respect, then love will definitely be there. The respect is very necessary. So yeah, he must just support what I do. He must respect me.
So now I want to, get your piece of advice to young ladies.
I thought you were going to get.
No, I'm not. We are leaving it there. Young
Alright.
ladies who have talent, but sometimes due to pressure, they feel my family wants me to do something else I'm more interested in, so I can't pursue my pressure. They are in that dilemma. Some are going to school, but like they have to because there's pressure on them. What's your piece of advice to them? And also to parents who are forcing their children not to pursue their dreams.
So to all my ladies who want to do what they want to do, you just have to defy the stereotypes and like go for whatever you love and do it. Because at the end of the day, if you are living and you're not happy, then what are you living for? So yeah, and the parents too. Sometimes I don't blame them. Yeah, but with the time and era we are in now, I feel like you should allow your kids to explore and then do whatever they want to do, and you should support them. Yeah.
Let me go back a bit. What are some of the big places you've worked, like in Ghana, the branding places? Let's see, and companies you've worked with, you've painted for, and people, like some of the very prominent ones.
Okay. So, where to start? I have worked for KSM and his wife own a hotel in Ebri. So I designed all the public spaces and most of the rooms. And I worked for a hotel in Kaswatu. It was, I think, 24 spaces. So I designed everything. And then when you go to the Black's Oasis, there's a mural in front and inside. I did that. And I don't know if you've heard of Carrots. Have you heard of Carrots? Yeah, when you enter their offices, you see my designs there. Yeah, so that's just like a few, just to mention a few.
So what's the future of your company?
And right now, sorry. And right now I'm working for Rumi Room. This is a very large mural. Yeah, so.
What do you see the future of your company to be? 10, 20 years from now, what do you see yourself? And what do you see yourself doing?
10, 20 years from now, I actually want to own a training school. Like, my goal has always been to help mentor talented girls, mainly girls. Yeah, so I want to actually own a training school. That's like the main thing that's on my mind right now, the training school.
Why do you hate guys? You keep talking about girls.
No, I don't hate guys. A lot of girls do not have the courage to venture into art. How many female painters do you know? But I'm sure if I talk of guys, you'll be able to mention quite a number. So I just want to give them a space that will be free to explore their talents. Because like if I show you my DMs, you'll be shocked. Like there are lots of girls who actually want to do it, but they don't have the courage to. Yeah, so I'm very happy to actually serve as a mentor for people, like ladies who want to venture into art. So no, I don't hate guys. I work with guys. Why would I hate them?
Now, do you have a social life? I heard you talking about makeup. How is your social life like? Are you the outing type, the makeup, or you are the serious type, always looking out for designs and what to design next?
Okay, so the thing is, I hardly go out. I'm an indoor person. I mean, yes, once a while my friends drag me out, but I would rather be at home, watch a movie, sleep in my bed, think of like my next step than like go out to party. Because I feel that this is me, and I feel like how I grew up has also affected how I live, because I grew up with very strict parents and you wouldn't go anywhere. Yes, you can call or WhatsApp 0244 973 919 0244 973 919. And on social media you can find me at the_female_painter on IG, Twitter. Yeah, so IG and Twitter.
Well, I told you, if you don't get inspired on my show, I don't know where else you get inspired. If you didn't get inspired, you must go back and watch the video. But this has been Faces of Ghana on YEN TV with me, Philip Abutiati. You heard from Anita. Anita did a beautiful design. You can see right behind me. Now, if there's any story, any inspiring story such as that of Anita's that you think we can cover, feel free to write to us. I'll be glad to read from you and we'll follow up on the story. I'll see you again on another edition of the show. I'm out.